Hello.
Hey, and Jake's not ready.
I'm having like weird feedback in my microphone, and it was like not my microphone, my headphones. But I'm ready now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the OPB weekly buyer's guide. This is the first February of the month. This is a new month.
Yeah, we all survived January. Barely.
Yeah.
It was so many things happened this month.
Yeah.
I saw all these things on TikTok and all these memes saying, "My God, has January lasted 2,500 days?" I said, "Yeah, I guess it kind of felt long. I mean,
yeah." But
it feels good to be here.
Yeah,
it does. I feel like things have gone, at least in terms of like the online world for me, kind of back to normal. We got some good videos out, some great responses. Everyone's been kind and nice again, so I feel like it's good.
So you're saying we need to go back to the way it was just to like keep it real?
It kept me on my toes. I like it. How's everyone doing? We got our friend Ryan Bragg in the chat saying, "Hey everyone,
what's up?"
And we're gonna skip past all the wrestling comments. And
go
to
no! Don't.
So who's everyone got winning the Rumble tonight?
The final boss is gonna come and win it all and ruins everyone night. The Rock,
and then John Cena. Our friend Alex, hello.
What's up?
People voting for John Cena to win title number 17. And our friend Bat Cato.
Hey, what's up,
Hey.
Bat Cato, what do you think of the Green Lantern jersey? I know you're Mr. Green.
Oh, yes.
This is the infamous one from we were all trying to get me to wear last week, so here we are.
I feel like Bat Cato would rather have a Swamp Thing one, though.
It could mirror it very easily, change it over to Swamp Thing, so.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I want a shirt. Yeah.
I want a shirt. I have no idea where I got this, so I wish I did. I didn't pay for it. I know that much.
Give me a shirt with Parallax, Kermit, and Swamp Thing, and it just says it's not easy being green.
Jake, we need.
Is that a good shirt?
I need you to make a shirt, dude, with Hal Jordan with all the rings on his hand. That would go hard.
Oh, that cover? Yeah, I love that cover.
That's an awesome jersey.
Yeah, on the back you can see it's got a big Green Lantern sign there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, it's missing one of the Guardians though. It needs a Guardian. Some blue guy on it.
Nah, we don't need that.
What's wrong with the Guardians? Okay, whatever. New month, new budget. What to get? Well, we'll at least tell you what to get for one of the weeks of the month.
Yeah.
We don't want to spoil future shows.
Exactly. You gotta space that budget out. You know.
Speaking of budget, do we have any things that we've spent our budget on, or things that we have to show off in a haul? I
hear Jordan. You know, last week he was hinting at a major haul, so I think he should have that opportunity to show that off.
Am I up first then? Because I stacked everything to the side. So
there you go. He prepared. Yes, go for it.
I did too. But yeah, do it. Do you got?
We're not talking about you, Jake.
Chat, you want to hear Jordan talk for 15 minutes straight, or should we go book at a time?
It's not one of my scripts for upscale. So hold on, Jake, how do I make myself big? Oh, that's on the wrong one.
Do you see the gray box with a person in it inside your box down below?
Well, I did it to you again. Nope. Do it for me, Jake. Thank you.
There we go.
Okay, starting off the haul is going to be the newest release. Jake got rid of my big screen.
The people need to see our reactions to it.
We have Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis, Volume 2, to complete my 2 set of that. Next will be the Brew Baker stuff when that gets reprinted, hopefully sometime soon.
Mediocre after the Devil and Cell Block D. Hot take.
So I showed one of these last week, which was Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky, Volume 1, with that gorgeous red spine. But I should follow it up that I also got Volume 2 with the matching spines.
I'm still always, you know, I know why they did it, because money, but that could have easily been one Omni. I get why they did it, though.
I kind of felt that for the Mark Waid ones, but that's...
Is it weird that I prefer that, though? I feel like it's so much easier to read.
Oh, yeah. I just feel like when I see the size of it, saying it could have been one, but to your point, yes.
The Brew Baker ones could have been one.
Yes.
Like, that's the most egregious.
Guys, Alex has requested I start talking about Berserk, so Jake, please
Nope,
don't
we
set
don't
a
talk about
timer.
Berserk if there's no super chat.
Oh, next up, JLI Volume 1. So
I love that cover.
Oh, it's so cool, right? With all the heroes.
I feel like that's finally a cover where I could name almost every character on the cover. Usually we play it where I can't name a single one.
Who's that?
You got to blow it
Lobo.
up so that Jake can.
Blow me up.
There you
So
go.
I'm not gonna
we
blow
got-
you, Jordan. You got Lobo,
Okay.
Dr. Fate, Wonder Woman, Flash, Hawkman. Is that Ice? Big Barda. Looks like I forget the Blue Beetle, Guy Gardner, Ice, Fire. That looks like Oberyn. Maxwell Lord. Okay.
Oberon down here.
And then Shazam, oh my god, Martian Manhunter, Scott Free, and I feel like that's and then Captain Atom.
Oh, you missed one.
Booster Gold.
Who did I miss?
Who's the blonde next to Wonder Woman?
Is that Power Girl?
No.
Oh, sorry, that was the one on the left. Who's the one on the right?
That's Dinah Lance. That's Black Canary.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. If I
probably because she wasn't screaming.
Yeah. All right, next up.
I don't. Okay, so
hold
on.
Bravo, Jake. Good job. Bravo.
Is Jordan's mic sounding low because he came in super hot, so I lowered his mic because it was like blaring in my ears. But is it low to everybody else? Because it's super loud to me right now.
It could be when he's going away from the mic when he's talking about the book. It could just be that, but
yeah. So if I'm over here versus here, that could definitely be it. Yes, Transmetropolitan Volume 2. So got Volume 1. Excited for Volume 3 to get reprinted. Jake had a huge debate over which one he was going to keep because the spines are different. So I just took one. Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Are we ready for the big books now?
The big ones?
Absolutes weren't big enough. We'll start with Stan Lee's favorite run he's ever written.
Goodness gracious,
Silver
Tashin.
Surfer Tashin. Collecting the first 20 issues of Silver Surfer, as well as I feel like books inside of this, but they're just kind of forwards or stories retold.
Just once I want Jordan to haul a book I didn't haul 3 weeks ago.
Now with the Tashins, we already know Jake doesn't follow my advice for home defense. Now, are you putting the Tashins in key locations of the house so you can serve as home defense as well?
You know what? I should. They actually sit on top of this bookshelf right behind me, so if I needed to like booby trap it and have them just fall on the intruder, I could.
Kill him, yeah.
But not only Silver Surfer came in, but Fantastic Four, the first superhero family and the beginning of the Marvel Universe.
That's an egregious haul, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it was weeks of books.
How now? Did the Tashins all come in one, or has this been over? Okay, wow. You
the Tashins were. What was your third one? Because was Transmetro your third one? Because those 3 were your Christmas one, right?
Okay,
that's right. So they all came in one box. We almost had to use a dolly to bring everything in.
I will say that I was shocked Jordan didn't have the most expensive Christmas order. Like out of all the jabronis. So JP messaged us and gave us a nice Christmas gift. He let us pick a couple books for Christmas, and Jordan had the second biggest order out of the entire group of everybody involved.
I'm also the photographer for OPB though, so I put in that work. Cool. I'm done.
Chris, your turn.
Yep. Well, seems to be familiar for everyone. So, a little bit of absolute Mr. Miracle.
It's so good, right?
It is, and I love the extras are impressive. The presentation is great, and this is definitely I'm even just thinking slipcase wise, this might be
hands down slipcase wise. Yes.
Yeah, the slipcase is probably the best slipcase they've ever done next to the Swamp Thing ones.
I remember looking at it and going, it's not just a cage, it's a 9-panel grid. And that blew my mind.
The mother box on the back is cool.
And I know we had that discussion, spines in or out, but this might be the one case where I would say I could understand why spine in and displaying this on the outside.
I think that looks cool too.
Yeah. only one more thing for me to show. This came in. I ordered this back in, I want to say, either November or December from Black Market Narrative. That is the imprint line for Kyle Higgins and the Massiverse, everything under that label at that point. So they had put out a special edition of the trade paperback called, for the series No One. It was called the Classified Edition. There were only going to be 100 made, including signed, so including extras outside of the other edition they put out. So this is what that looks like. With
Here, I'll highlight you if you want to show it off.
Yep, here we go. So No One, highly recommend. It's part of the Massiverse. It's right now, it's just self-contained. It's a mystery, no connection to anything else in the universe itself, but it's also co-written by Brian Buccellato. And inside, out of 100, signature by Kyle Higgins and Brian Buccellato. The cool thing is they did a lot of interest. There was a podcast tied to this. There was QR codes, a whole big mystery of it was just very unique, and they've done some great stuff at the Massiverse. So, and they're actually turning this into the next part of this into a movie they're working on right now. But there was a surprise in there because underneath it, I was like, what are these? They threw in 3 variant covers of issue number 1.
Wow.
Hey.
So, and this one, and then the bigger surprise was not only this a variant, probably my favorite of the variants, but they threw in a signed variant for both of them.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, you can still get No One the trade paperback, but this edition was exclusive to Black Market Narrative, and that has officially sold out. There are only 100 copies going to be made. So,
Dang. Yeah.
But
Also, just shouting out Alex really quickly. He pre-ordered his Spider-Man Volume 6 from.
I was gonna make a joke and say what I was gonna say which cover. That's not a good joke to make. That was a pretty sad situation.
An
Jake?
odd situation too, nonetheless, for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like people don't understand that, like, the smaller the company is, I feel like the worse they get treated by the distributors. You know what I mean?
But it's just more just the book itself too. It wasn't
that's Amazing Spider-Man 6. That's your most. I mean, can we say Spider-Man's the most popular Marvel character?
It is the most popular, but it's just the particular one. Like, I know as more volumes come out, like it gets like
Less
they don't
popular,
make as less like the print runs get smaller. But like it made sense. Like, okay, DC versus Marvel. Okay, that made sense.
Yeah.
This one's just like, really? That's the one that they're gonna short people on? Okay.
The Savage Sword ones, or like some of the Conan ones, I get because they're Titan. They're not done by one of the big 2 anymore, so I don't know how their printing gets done. But like that one specific DM, and like people seemed very passionate about that cover. Was it a big difference in terms of like I mean, you order the DM yourself,
I did.
So you can speak personally.
And I got shorted too, so I was fine with that because I ended up like looking at both covers. I mean, I like just going DMs a lot of different times, but it's not 100% chance. I thought it was a cool DM with Spider-Man versus Doc Ock, but upon getting the notice that we would have to I would have to go with the standard at that point. I like I wouldn't say like it hasn't. I felt like I've had a compromise necessarily, but I thought it was a cool cover in the sense of him leaping everywhere. So I'm not unhappy really. So
we'll hit these. I was definitely a Batman and a Jedi kid, so that's what I pretended to be growing up. I just feel like because I grew up with the Super Friends, Batman animated series, that path. I feel like a lot of the Marvel shows, if I remember correctly, were on like the Disney Channel, which I didn't have. So I feel like I watched Marvel cartoons a lot less than DC cartoons. And to answer Razor's question, you could tell us.
Oh, I was definitely Spider-Man. Spider-Man was my number 1 when I was a kid. So much so there's a photo somewhere, and I gotta find it one day, of me crawling up like within the door frame of basically a hallway frame, and you can see me going up there with my little Spider-Man outfit.
Batman for me.
To answer this question, nothing. We got a notice from our distributor that they were unable to fulfill a single one of our orders for the DM cover of ASM 6. So we had to reach out to everybody who had placed an order and ask them if they wanted to switch or be refunded fully for their order. So it was a shame. It's been happening a little more frequently, which makes me feel like maybe things are getting printed less right now. I don't know. I know paper's getting more expensive, but I just wish we had more information. They took our money. We took people's money, but then they took our money, and it's a shame.
And again, like Jake said, I ordered the DM. I still wanted it at that point, just because again I'm a completionist. It's Spider-Man, but it's unfortunate. It really is, and like we said, it has nothing to do with OPB itself. It's just when you're a smaller retailer at that point, and you're not a Lunar, you're not an IST. That's just unfortunate the way it is.
And I feel like with everything Diamond's going through, things might get worse and worse. I also feel like it's just really hard because we want to cancel orders as early as possible because our biggest thing is get the book elsewhere so you get the book. You know what I mean? So other places might have had to cancel orders, but they don't even tell you. So we don't know, you know what I mean? But we'll tell you the second we get information.
And you may not get that at other places necessarily. Like Jake said, it's about making sure you get a chance to get the book. And I remember when the whole DC versus Marvel stuff, some people, it gave them all a heads up to get it from somewhere else. Just because that's really nice. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this, but whenever someone decides they no longer want to wait
for us to get our books from Diamond for Full Circle, and they go to cancel, I'm like, hey, I completely understand. Here's the link to it on Amazon. Like, I want you to get your book. So you know what I mean? Like, it's I wish we had more information on some of those things, but it's weird. But on a more positive note, I got Swamp Thing by Nancy Collins.
Nice.
Which is my second Swamp Thing. I had 0 Swamp Thing omnibuses last week.
I really like Nancy Collins' run. She follows up from Alan Moore's and brings her kind of, she's a novelist mainly by trade, and she's very big into Southern Gothic. So you do see a big turn in the sense of from what Alan Moore did in the sense of tone. But I think what she does with characterization brings a new dynamic between her, between how she portrays the characters. Not in a bad way. I thought it was very refreshing.
I don't remember. Did I show off the Miller one last week?
Yes, you did. Because I think you made a comment about how it has a couple letter pages.
And then I got Swamp Thing by Scott Snyder.
Nice. The new 52 run.
I don't remember what I showed off last week or not. So tell me, did I show off Arkham Saga last week?
Yes.
Okay.
You said I tried to talk you out of it, and I said no, I did not. I just told you what to expect.
I got Batman 66, which was from my Christmas order.
Nice.
And then I took your advice and I got Magic Order.
Oh, good. You have to let me know. Are you going to do a thing on the channel for that, or?
Probably not.
Okay. Just curious.
No, I don't know. I feel like I really want to try to. I mean, if I read it and I love it, I will.
Yeah.
But I'm trying. I found out that I only enjoy doing overviews of books I'm passionate about. Like, I don't know. Did you watch my Mr. Miracle overview at all?
I did.
Like, I feel like something I loved about that video is you could see the passion, like the passion I truly felt about that book through that video. So that's what I'm trying to like. I feel like maybe like Up in the Sky, I'll do an overview on. I think I'm going to do way less overviews this year, but only on the books I'm like crazy about.
No, it makes complete sense. And you've been always promoting, and this was your most anticipated one of the year early.
Yes. And really cool. I took some of the B-roll that me and Jordan made together that he shot and that we color edited. It looked great. And then I made a little reel and Mitch and Tom shared it. And then we shared our photo shoot and Mitch and Tom shared it. So it's like,
so cool.
It was so cool that like they thought our content on their content was so good that it was worth putting on their pages permanently. So that was awesome.
Saying what's up to Cohen and Chris, you have been forgiven.
Yeah.
As I made
I made the comment that said I'm not totally fully sold on Miller's run on Swamp Thing. Not totally my tempo.
And then I was gonna ask people, what are your thoughts on this? So if you go to OPB's website, it's always just the cover that we have for what the book is. And oftentimes it's a placeholder cover. How do you, a lot of people, because so many people saw the Mr. Miracle content that was shared by Tom and Mitch, were going to OPB's website to look for it. And they only saw that placeholder cover. So they were confused on like, I can't find it. So we swapped out the images with our photo shoot. And I was thinking, like, do people like that? Do they want to see actual photos of the books on the website? Like the ones that we do?
I personally say yes, just because,
Okay.
a lot of times what people seem to, get confused about, and again, OPB uses the same thing like other people do. It's whatever is put out there by the publisher as the image. And a lot of times it changes, and some publishers are better getting the updates and some are not. In this case, DC never updated it.
Yeah, it was funny. Even Mitch replied to someone and goes, because I was like, yeah, it was a placeholder, and Mitchy was like, yeah, sorry, it was a placeholder while we were working on it, but like that's the right
Which is
one.
fair.
So like,
Yeah.
Mitch helped me sell a book. And so yeah, chat, let us know. Would it be cool to see actual nice photography photos of the books on the website? Because I feel like that's one way to make our website unique.
Well,
versus other places.
How about you pull it up for people that maybe watching it later, and that way they can kind of see what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So let me go to.
But I liked it. I thought it was making sure people know exactly what they're getting. Alexander saying, I don't like Mark Miller. You spell it with an E on Miller. Yeah, but and people say Millar. He calls it. He says it's Miller, but with an A. So
Interesante.
So if
There's
you go
no such thing as dead air.
If you go to any of the other places or what we had before for Mr. Miracle, you would see this placeholder cover, which kind of vaguely looks like the deluxe edition, but different. This is what they used while they were working on the unique design. Because so many people who I think aren't as into collected editions saw our stuff now, we swapped it out to this. So now we have like a unique photo shoot of the products inside of the book and stuff like that. And I feel like this makes it interesting. This is different. This is something that no other website would have, and that's unique. And we take all the photos for Instagram, so might as well use them as many places as we can,
And it's high quality too.
Very high resolution.
And the other thing I want to mention is we redid the website a lot. So if you go to the website now, it should be much faster. And we got rid of all the pop-ups and things like that. So now those are wish list section, a reward section, and a review section. So none of those aggressive pop-ups coming at you guys again. So I was like, JP, I finally fixed everything that annoyed me on the website. I could quit right now and be happy as a customer.
As a customer.
Yeah. And then I got the End Omnibus.
Okay. I like that cover. That would be the cover I would choose.
I heard this doesn't have the Punisher run, which is like the best story in it. And last but not least, I got Spider-Man by Joe Kelly.
Hey.
I've heard mixed things about this though, if I'm being completely honest, but it's got Venom on the cover.
I share that opinion. The art looks great. I will say that the art is great. The stories, not my tempo.
David, do you have the ability to are you on our Discord? Do you have me on any social to private message me? I can walk you through how to use your stuff. But essentially you should go to the rewards section. Let me see if I can show you.
There we go. We can help people live.
So
Nice.
if you go here, instead of having a rewards tab, you'll have this reward section right here, and you should see your specific points, things like that, ways to spend points, and you should be able to click here and redeem your points for what you want. There's also now, if you refer a friend that hasn't purchased from OPB also, you can get a $2 discount, and they get a $2 discount on their first order. So there's a referral section as well. And then so yeah,
Or
so
they could use what code in order to get $2 off their order?
Whichever YouTuber or Facebook group or podcast they want to support. If they want to support ours, it's Brave Boys or Braveboyssit. But again, support whoever inspired you to buy that book. Whoever we're all friends. The rising tide raises all ships. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm gonna force my brother to spend money now. Yeah.
And Matt, I saw your thing earlier about Judas contract. We'll talk about it when we get to that this week. So hold tight.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it? Anyone have anything else to show? Anything to share?
That's all I got.
Cool.
I'm all set.
Chat. We have about 5 minutes before we start doing the PowerPoint. Anyone have any questions they want us to answer? We will get to your Judas question. A better close-up of the interior art. I know it's a selling point for a lot of people. There we go.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Jake picked the scene to take a photo of.
I remember one time Jordan came over and my wife was here and we had like 7 books to do photo shoots of. And I handed like 3 omnis to my wife and I had like 5. Jordan was like working on the camera and I'm like, find an interesting scene. And she goes like what? I don't know what these books are. I'm like, she's like, is this an interesting scene? And it was like the character making coffee. And I was like, no, find an interesting scene. And then she got into it and she found some cool scenes. So that's the funnest part, is finding something that's really rad, cool, indicative of the art throughout the book without being a spoiler. Like, you don't want to do like, say you're doing a Daredevil book, you don't want to do the scene of Elektra dying, spoiler alert, from Bullseye, you know what I mean? Or like Gwen Stacy when Spider-Man didn't catch her. So you want a scene that's indicative of the art but not a spoiler.
Labruski feels upset with you right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit up some of the comments. So starting with Labruski, what's up, my guy? Of course, Jake is ignoring you as always. It happened. I'm just kidding.
Jordan has access to the comments too. Get mad at everybody else.
You can't get mad at me. I don't.
Unfortunately, Chris doesn't know where he got it.
I got it as a gift many years ago, so no clue. But yeah, this is got Hal at the bottom. It's true baseball jersey.
Awesome.
Yep.
I can answer why Jake does not like Berserk. It is not in the genre of books that he likes. 1, it's black and white. 2, it's very dark and morbid and deals with some themes that are not suitable for, I would say, most people.
It's not for him, as you told it.
Yeah, it's not for you.
Just like those Taschans are not for you.
Well, they're more of a home defense mechanism, but...
No, I was talking to Jake. Taschans are not for him.
That was what I was thinking too, James. The Judas contract based on the Bible.
Oh, can we talk about the scene Jordan picked in the Deathstroke omnibus to highlight for the interior art? It was him like cuddling with Tara, which I thought was super inappropriate.
You picked the scene, not I.
Spider-Man did catch her. She just kind of died. And our friend Ryan.
What's up?
She got a few neck issues, you know.
I'm gonna rescind that invite to have you on a stream someday, Labruski, if you're not nice to me. That invitation can be rescinded at any time. Okay. Well, that was it. We killed time. We got our PowerPoint now.
And again, Jake does share the comments. I'm trying to do better with the making sure quality control. This week I was very, very specific in the sense of making sure everything looked and should be matching. And because I'm nice to Jake, I changed the dating too.
All I hope is that you found good solicits for the books. You know, I want to good solicit.
It's not a heavy week. Let's just say that. I've already made next week's. Next week's I think is a little bit better.
Do we need a parental permission slip if someone under 18 is live? I don't know how that works. Okay, let me get this straight. Okay, when me and Jordan had 60 subscribers, we reached out to bigger YouTubers and asked them to be on our show and put the work in, the 10,000 hours. So I'm happy to be a guest on anybody's show, but I got to see efforts and live streams and work before you're on our shows. You know, I would love to be a place, for people to come on, but you got to put the work in, people.
Or you could just be Jake and respond to comments for my show at that point and then try to guilt me into getting in letting him onto the show.
That sounds just right.
Yeah, but hey, I'm gonna be on. I want to be on one of the Daredevil episodes.
That's fine. You can.
Yeah, just let me know when.
Be the one that I'm not on for that week. Therefore, you're on your own.
That's how I feel. Wow, just wow.
How is saying I would be on anybody's podcast or live stream a negative thing?
You're so extra. What's the first book of this week? Hey, there we
Absolute
go.
Power, standard size hardcover.
Yep, just
This one is
collecting.
interesting for me. I
Why
love
so?
everything Mark Waid did. Love everything Dan Moore and Mark Waid do together. And I really want to read this event. But I told myself after I completed I think I completed most of Nightwing and most of
Batman.
World's Finest and Batman in standard size, that I kind of feel like my time buying standard size hardcovers is done. So I think if I really want to read Absolute Power, I'll read it on the DC app. And
That's what I recommend.
I think I'm good on. I think I bowed out of standard size hardcovers, and I think that's okay.
Well, I mean, again, you have space, you have finances and everything like that to think about, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm just checking the DC app right now because, they may actually have, Absolute Power in the sense of maybe a collection.
Oh, they'll call it an omnibus, even though it's 6
Yeah, they'll call it
issues.
no, but I'm talking about they don't look like they have it right now. Oh no, they do. So they do have in storylines already set up, so you could read the full event in proper reading order, through the DC Infinite app. So,
do you guys think we should do that DC Infinite video? What are your thoughts on that?
what do you mean, do the video?
So DC's marketing agency reached out to us again for a video on DC Ultra, and they offered us a free year if we do a video. And I go, hey, I love this service. I currently I've subscribed for the year. I've already done a video that got 11,000 views on DC Ultra. Like, is this okay? Do you need something else? And is there a way to stack the free year on at the end of this year? And then I didn't get a response for like a month. And they finally responded and go, yeah, no, we need a different video. But we can't stack your free year, but you can make a new account and get a free year. So have 2 free years at the same time. And I was like, what?
That's not logical. That
like,
doesn't.
BJ Kick said, if you have one 20-year prison sentence and another 20-year prison sentence run concurrently, you served 40 years, but you know what I mean? But it doesn't work that way. But yeah, you've read Absolute Power. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did. I liked it, and this is one of those that I actually read all the tie-ins too, because that's on the Marvel side. That's rare for me these days to do. Usually, I'll give a couple of tie-ins just if I'm already reading it, but I don't religiously read it unless the main event really hooks me. I think they did a really good job with it. It's not the best DC event, but I would say it's the best DC event that they've done in a while. Because I thought Death Metal, and I'm a Scott Snyder fan, I thought Death Metal kind of bit off a little bit more than they could chew. In this one, the issues leading up to Absolute Power was, I think they did a real good job leading towards it. And then when it happened, I was like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. So
the last time I bought event standard size hardcovers and all the tie-ins, it was for Lazarus Planet.
Yeah,
I did, and I talked with Chris. He helped me find the whole reading order. I bought the monkey one,
the Monkey Prince.
Yeah, 2 volumes of the Monkey Prince, and I was pumped.
That is good. That is good though.
Yeah, it is, but I don't. But like some of like Robin volume, I don't know. Some of the tie-ins were so like I thought it was supposed to be World's Finest as an event in modern time. But it was different tone, different style, different art. And that was like, for the first time ever, I go, oh, I know what event fatigue is.
I will say, though, one of my favorite tie-ins from this event was the 3-issue looking at Waller's past. That was done very well. I want to say that was... I'll have to look it up who did it, but I want to say maybe John Ridley did it.
To hit this question, the only snag that we ran into working on the behind the scenes video is that I was able to screen record myself doing the rough A cut for an edit of a video. But when I tried to do effects, like added in B-roll and images and all the effects, my computer's not powerful enough to do everything in real time while also screen recording. So we have to pick a time to have him come over and figure out how we're going to show that portion of the video. But yeah, if you guys want to see a section on the gear, we can show off the gear. But it's an experiment for us. We're still working on how to do it. But we have a portion of it done.
We should we have an intro for that video done already, right?
Yeah.
We should throw in a clip where we do talk about the gear, what we use, like the mic, the camera. I know we show the setup portion in that video, but yeah, we should probably talk about that at some point.
What I want is, one time someone left a horribly mean comment about my co-partner, who I love dearly. He said, "Your shot is very basic. Why can't you just film yourself and it be just," or some shit like that. I'm like, I want people to understand how much work Jordan puts into this channel behind the scenes. And like, I could not have a channel in the way that I do without all of the hard work. Like, you're going to see videos of us crawling around on the floor for 20 minutes setting up a shot. Like we spend literally, like, I don't know, 10, 15 hours on a video. Like, it's insane how much work we put into something. And it is, I joke that I have this remote that I press record and it starts recording the camera. I call it Jordan number 2. And I say it's the more productive member of the, but no, Jordan. Yeah. I want people to see how much work we put in. So yeah, if you guys want to see shots of the gear, we can do that, you know.
Nothing was more disheartening from recording the video of how to record a video than when we did, what is it, like 30 minutes, and I did a time lapse, and that 30 minutes was brought down to like a 30-second clip.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
And you just watch it back and you go, wow.
It feels like we're doing nothing.
Time.
Yeah.
It's so heartbreaking. But what's the next book coming out this week?
I hope they give me some giveaways. I'll ask. And yeah, that's an interesting point. The main thing they want me to hit is the difference between tiers.
Yes.
So
it's big, and it's one of those that I do subscribe to the highest tier because I like reading I love the idea of just having to wait 30 days to stay up to date and having full access to the Vertigo catalog.
I think DC Ultra is the very best value in comic books. Like, the only thing that beats it is the free ones like Hoopla or Libby. You know what I mean? But like, the amount of money it saves that I don't need to buy single issues anymore is incredible.
Yeah.
So this is Black Panther. Talk to me about this one. So this is Wakanda in space.
Yeah, so this is the conclusion of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, focusing on when, Black Panther goes into space, looking at the intergalactic empire of Wakanda. So people fans are somewhat divided on this. Some people really like it. I really liked it. I thought it was a cool direction to really expand out for the Black Panther universe in Wakanda. Other people really didn't like how that just brought something that they never ever considered and necessarily may have not wanted. So, but this is nothing new. If you have the Ta-Nehisi Coates Omnis or the World of Wakanda, like you're good. This doesn't collect anything new that you already don't have.
I like this. Global Comics, we don't like them on our channel. I'm just kidding, Global Comics. If you're listening, we would love to work with you. But wow. I went back and forth for like 2 weeks emailing the guy, and I confirmed. I said, I agree. I signed stuff, and then they ghosted me. And
Jake just writes him off.
Yeah. Like, for everything I did to, like, in communication with them and signing stuff, the very least, if they had just said, hey, we actually got enough influencers, or it doesn't look like this is going to work out, but we'll keep you in mind in the future. I just needed to like be broken up with. I didn't need to be ghosted. You know what I mean? I guess that's my feeling. And Bat Cato, do a video demonstration of your behind the scenes prep work, but do it like a fake document, make it like or documentary, make it look like you have a huge staff, craft service tables, Jake and Jordan in their own dressing rooms.
You do not want to see the official Tabataba dressing room, man. It is rough.
Yeah, I'll never forget the time before we had software to edit our audio. We had to have the door shut and the lights were on, and we don't control the heater in our house. So sometimes the heater would be on or the lights would be on. And I come in and Jordan's shooting B-roll like completely naked. So
nope, not completely. No,
okay, he had underwear on, but they weren't they were briefs. What is Ultra cost outside of the US? I don't know what their prices are.
And it also depends because I don't know if they're everywhere yet.
Moving on. Captain America collection, epic collection. What's that word? Superior?
Yep, the
Stratagem?
Stratagem. Very good. Very good. Gold star for you.
Are they fighting Clayface?
No, hell hath no fury. Captain America faces a threat like he's never faced before when Superior raises an army of female supervillains. From Anaconda to Modom. We got to have
wait.
female
Is Modom a female MODOK?
Yes.
I gotta Google Modom.
The roguish gun for a hire. Paladin lends Cap a hand, but can these two mismatched adventurers thwart Superior's stratagem? Then Cap comes face to face with his German counterpart. Hauptmann. I can't even. Nope, sorry, not happened. Deutschland. There we go. Both men are after the Red Skull until they discover he's been killed by Scourge. Well, that's a win-win. But nothing is ever as it seems with the skull. Plus, Diamondback seeks a quiet life as Cap's executive secretary. Yeah, we're getting some strangeness here. Bernie writes some return. Cap takes on Crossbones, Viper, Taskmaster, Jack-O-Lantern, Doughboy. So Doughboy. And more. And journey back to World War II for a fresh look at the origin and earliest adventures of Captain America and Bucky. So this continues the epic collection of Captain America.
Why does it feel like this has 60 different things happening at the same time in the story?
Because it's an epic collection. That is epic. That is absolutely epic. Show that off.
You guys want to see the image of Modem?
I think everyone deserves to see what Modem looks like.
Yeah. What's the relation between Modem and Hank Pym?
Is it his?
Because I typed it in and it comes up as Maria Pym.
Well, wrong screen. Oh, it is that screen. I got to change tabs.
There
Guys,
we go. Yep.
Oh no, it wasn't. I was wrong. Here we go. Look at Modem.
Look at it.
Modem.
I'd be more scared of Modem than I am of MODOK. I'm just being honest.
I'm
literally just being honest. The way it looks, I'm more scared of Modem.
I gotta be honest. I loved the MODOK TV show. I thought it was underrated. Did anyone else? Chat. Did anyone like the MODOK?
Oh, it's so good.
I watched it. There are episodes that are good, and there are episodes that there is no in between. It's just either good or really bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 110 in the UK.
It was hilarious.
Okay. That's not too bad, actually.
That's less than what we pay, I think.
Well, I got grandfathered in, so I since I was an early adopter, so mine I think is about that actually.
I should have got a discount because I had their streaming service when it was its own standalone app. I had it day one.
I was too. How do you not get grandfathered in? I did.
I probably wasn't all the way through.
Oh, okay.
So to put it in perspective, if it is it 110 USD or 110 pounds?
Yeah, true, because that does make a difference because you put it in dollars.
I think ours is 140 right now. But if you think about it, how many single issues does that get you for the year?
It's about the same price because 110 pounds is $136 currently. So we are equals.
Yes,
in a sense.
But you're right. It's same thing. Like even though Marvel Unlimited is cheaper by price at that point, if you
I use the dollar sign.
If you do the math of what a standard issue costs, just do the math on that, and that's what you have to read. And if you're a pretty regular reader during the week, you will make your money. You will make it back within a couple of months, and then everything else is just so.
It's cheaper than ours then.
Aww. Well,
I also like this. How do you explain the dichotomy of Jake? I like everything in absolute. I like big size comics. I love the compact comics.
Jake is a man of contradictions. Just being honest.
I love the compact comics as like gateways, and like I buy them all, support them. I support the line. I want to share the love, and they do really well because internationally comics are incredibly expensive, and those are like for some people internationally in other countries, that's like the best thing in the world for them. I feel sorry for whining, as you should. I mean, look, if I would pay more if it meant the comic creators got more money. I just want to make sure it's not all going to the who's that the head of Warner Brothers that nobody likes? David
Big Daddy
David
Z.
Maslow?
Yeah,
Big Daddy Z.
Big
I want to make sure I'll pay more if the money goes to the
Zazzy.
creators.
I call him Zazzy Pants because he's Zazzy.
Yeah, Daddy Zaz. I just want to make sure that it doesn't go to that. You know,
I hate to tell you, it kind of does. So
I mean,
no. Well, I mean, again, he owns it. So I mean, in some way, shape, or form, it's going back to Warner Brothers. So
this next one is one that I decided to pass on. Dark Web.
Ugh.
Yeah, you decided to pass on it.
Yes,
what they did to my. Go ahead,
we bequeathed it to Omnidog to do the overview of. So I felt like he would be better about the Dark Web book than me.
What they did to my boy Ben Reilly in this one, no, absolutely not. I mean, they were basically trying to do like a updated version of Inferno, and I don't think it worked at all.
Bunk with the Mo Damn, more like Mo Damn.
Very good, Bunk. Very good.
Love Bunk.
Money goes to the creators if you borrow from the library, but then I have to go outside. Jordan was there in the office at work the other day where I go, what if I come in more? Like, what if I come in an occasional Friday? And Jordan's like, he's going to regret saying that.
You're going to regret that. You're going to complain so hard the first Friday you have to come in. Oh.
Yeah, we've got too hard nose for this. Just sorry.
Jordan, are you going to be picking up Dark Web or are you passing on it too?
Yeah, I'm probably going to pass on that. I'm good.
Okay, chat. If anybody's into this book, I say go for it. But tell us why we're wrong. Why is Dark Web?
Please.
Also,
you can
that
tell
cover
me.
looks, if I had to get it, the DM cover's the way to go, right?
I would agree with that. You can tell me you're wrong, but you still can't change the fact of what they did to Ben Reilly in this book. Sorry.
Yeah, 100%. Jake is a true Discord mod. He doesn't look like to go outside.
All right, the Judas contract
for our man in the chat. If you're still here.
So one of the most influential Teen Titan stories of all time, the Judas contract, sets the stage for decades of Teen Titan dramas across the DC universe, featuring watershed moments for characters like Dick Grayson, Wally West, and Deathstroke, the Teen Titans' greatest enemy. This can't-miss story is a must-read for any and all Titans fans. So we cannot say anything with spoilers because that's what they asked, so sell them on it. Why is this? I think it is... I don't think it's too terribly hard to jump into this in itself, just because... You know, there's not too much necessarily. This is the earlier transition from when Dick Grayson became Nightwing in Disco Nightwing suit, so that's pretty awesome. But it is in the sense of what is going on with the team and why is Deathstroke, you know, the ultimate villain for this. And you really see it. It's really hard to go too much more into depth with that just because I'm going to start. I don't want you to... I could give something away. It's not going to give the whole thing away, but I want you to kind of experience what's going on, what makes Deathstroke one of the best villains in the DC universe.
It's a highlight Razor's comment. I'm not in control of who gets what. I'm only in control of what I get. But for instance, I'm getting Mark Waid Volume 2 next week. Jess is also getting Mark Waid Volume 2. I just physically create the orders. I could have asked for Dark Web and got it along with Jess, but I just passed on Dark. There's no reason in getting a book I'm super not interested in. But yeah, what I want and don't want has no bearing on anybody else. Because we do social media and photographs and everything for all the books, even if we don't overview them. So we have the option of whatever we want, and that's separate from anybody else.
And there is something very controversial with this book, Matt. But again, I can't reveal it, and it's one of the sticking points that some people have in regards to Deathstroke as a character. So, bad as villain, but controversial for what happens.
I think this is a must-read. Oh, yeah, Chasm.
Thanks,
Pat Cato. Yeah.
Yeah. Gross.
How much bigger would it have been to have thrown this in the Deathstroke omnibus? Give me a Deathstroke, all of Deathstroke's best stories with Judas contract in it.
This is it's a must read, right? I mean, there's a movie based off of it. It's the basis for the TV show Teen Titans, or at least it's a loose.
It's a better adaptation.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, it's cool. I've only read it like once a long while ago. So
Can you name the character on the right?
I can.
I can.
can you, Jake? Say
Yes,
it.
I can. I said it. I'll say it in the private chat. I know who it is. That's Deathstroke's son, right? It's
Yes.
Jericho.
Yes, Jericho. Correct.
You didn't know it, Jordan. You just didn't want to be honest with the chat. Do you know Deathstroke's daughter's name?
I'm trying. What's her superhero name now?
Young
Her
Justice.
superhero name is
Yeah.
Ravager.
Thank you. Yeah.
But what's her actual name?
I don't remember, dude. This was like 10 years ago.
Rose.
Yeah.
I
I agree with you, Bunk. Young Justice. So glad we got some more seasons out of that. There were supposed to be more too, and it's not happening. There were supposed to be more.
I think the episode. Okay, so I think I watched the first season that Young Justice came back, and then I remember the second season where it starts off with them, I think, in the Martian world, and something happens to Connor, and I dropped the show.
You were that brokenhearted?
I was.
Oh, well.
I don't remember Chris Jericho being in Teen Titans.
Yeah. Does it different. You gotta love it. I mean, both him and Jericho in their heyday have some amazing head of hair, Bunk. You gotta admit that. Both Y2J and Jericho.
Okay, here's my thing. I felt like
Nobody cares. Moving on.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Jake.
Did it feel like the pacing of the episodes in Young Justice 2 was weird, where it felt like the episodes would end super abruptly because they thought you were going to binge them? But I just felt like I would watch an episode and it would end so abruptly out of nowhere. And then it would have like this little outro that was like the little robot ship that has a personality, and it'd just be like hovering, or like the dog howling at the moon. Like, you know what I mean? It would end abruptly and then have this weird outro that was like ambient and weird. You know what I'm talking about?
But you have to watch it because that's their little Easter egg for things that are going on, whether it be funny or otherwise. You have to stick around.
Okay, I'll finish Young Justice for the
Darn
chat.
right you will. Good answer.
Marvel Age Treasury Edition. Everyone
Yes.
pause, or did no one have anything to say?
I really have nothing to say on this one. This is
I don't
one
got anything to
this is
say.
one I did not, and it's one of those that It's Treasury, so it's like it's bigger than a standard Omni. It's paperback, like most Treasuries at that point. It's one of those that the art's really good in it. I can't really comment too much on the story.
I thought you were. Did they say it's all red? Who does the art?
Yeah, it's the amount. You got a lot of different artists joining in for different stories. So yeah, you got Dan Slott and Al Red doing some of the art. He's not the only one.
Got it. I would be a lot more interested if it was just all red. I can't wait to see Chris lug in 6 library editions to Heroes Con.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna happen. It's going to happen.
Secret Wars. A book so special, we got 3 covers. Now,
yeah,
I don't know what cover is being sent to me on Monday, but I already shared the Secret Wars Deluxe Edition. I sold it to a fellow jabroni, BJ Kicks, and
nice.
that'll be a gift for him. But yeah, this is awesome. This is the culmination of Hickman's saga, and we got 3. Oh my God, Christopher!
What?
Oh, sorry. It looks blurry on my television screen, but it looks great on the screen.
It's the problem with that one, and I tried finding across the board, even in previews, they had that. It was just bad across the board. Even previews did not have a good one. So yeah, I'm sorry I let you down, but no,
it's okay. But I didn't mean to hit you with the full name though.
No,
The full name.
So, oh my God, why does that down below look like the dude from The Evil Dead, Bruce Campbell? Is that Bruce Campbell?
no, that's Molecule Man. But so for those wondering, do you need this? Here's the thing: if you have both Hickman, Hickman Omnis, Hickvengers, both Omnis, and you still have your Secret Wars OHC, you don't need this.
Oh, was that dumb of me?
Well, here's the thing: Jonathan Hickman does not include events in his in the Omnis. He is very hands-on when assembling this, and it's always been kind of typical for him. That's why there's a separate one. So again, if you got all three of those, you're good, because you're going to be
Is
a
there
lot.
anything else I'm gaining, or should I have just kept my deluxe edition and passed on this?
You should. I would have told you to keep the deluxe edition, because again, the only thing you're getting now is
less
Secret
shelf
Wars.
space?
Well, besides that, the only thing you're gaining is Secret Wars, which is not in the Hickvengers Omni Volume.
Oh my! I'm such an idiot.
You didn't
the
ask.
And that's why Chris is rational buying since 1984.
But if I were to pick a cover, it's the blurry one, because I
This
love.
Alex Ross.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I like the standard cover.
that's not bad either.
The ultimate version of Mr. Fantastic.
Jake loves double dipping. He does. He did a whole video about it with the Batman Who Laughs.
That was a sextuple dip, I think.
That was very early in the Brave and the Boys, if I'm not mistaken.
That was. I thought it was a fun concept for a video. I also
should,
feel like
we
if I ever tried to do a sequel of that video, it would be my worst performing video ever. People would think it was so fake and biased now.
Yeah.
So again, that is it is a tough Omni to get, because a lot of us have Hickvengers, and not many of us have the OHC. I still have it. Jake apparently was a good man and gave it to BJ Kicks, who is
I figured
amazing.
it was a nice gift for the celebration of his little one coming.
Yes, it is. I would agree. But that's the only thing you're gaining now. You just have the Secret Wars.
Less shelf space.
However you want to look at it. Look at it on the positive. You actually have it back.
It'll look great. It'll look great next to the Battle World omnibus, right?
God, how many Omnis is that going to be? At least 2.
Wait, so Avengers 35 for 44 I already own.
Yes.
New Avengers 24 to 33 I already own.
Correct.
Was Free Comic Book Day 2015 0 in the OHC?
You're gonna make Chris bust out the OHC.
No, give me a second. I'll find it. Give me a second.
Well, Jake, sounds like I'm taking the omnibus.
I offered you the deluxe edition, and you were like, I mean, I guess. And I was like, and then someone was like, it's like my dream to own this book, and I can't find it anywhere affordable. So I gave it to the person who actually wanted it. And chat,
Good.
I'm giving Jordan 12 deluxe editions of Invincible on Monday.
Yes, that was in the OHC.
Okay.
So
now I
anything
know.
tied to Secret Wars, it was in the OHC. So
Chris, how did you collect Invincible?
like what I own, like what I
Yeah,
own.
what do you own?
Oh, I went the Ultimate Collection all the way, because I've been very clear on this show and many times, like, if you have good extras and things like that, especially letter pages, yes, that's the way I'm going. Because I don't think, and you can answer this, like, I don't think the bigger collections have the extras in it. I think it's just straight story, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they don't have the extras. Now, again, the Ultimate Collection line is a lot more expensive when it comes down to it, but I feel like I get more bang for my buck, and I got it on a huge deal. Like, all of the books I got for that, I got 50% off. So
Nice. That'll be in, because they really want us to promote like making video digital ads for for Invincible and for Daredevil when the shows come back out. So
yeah,
we're getting a shipment of the rest of the Ultimate editions, and I'm seeing if Jordan wants to upgrade from the hardcover compendiums to the Ultimate editions. Is that a good upgrade?
if you like extras, every single one of them has some great stuff, and I'm not just talking covers. You get commentary from Otley and Kirkman about like the designs, where they were thinking, things like that. I think the Ultimate Collection, it is the more expensive way to go, but I think if you want to know everything there is to know about the Invincible line and the behind the scenes stuff, that's the way to go.
Dang, maybe I'll need to give Jordan my library editions. You sold me.
Again, it's a lot of extra shelf space, but I have not regretted that decision at all.
Got it. Now Flash, Mark Waid, Volume 2. I feel like people have been wanting this book for a long time.
I do, because I've got to continue whittling down the upgrade of the trades I have.
So how do you rank this Flash run in like on a like, is this like on a scale of what's your like what on a 1 to 10, how much do you love this comparatively to other Flash runs?
It's top tier to me. Like Waid, like a lot of people put Jeff Johns above Waid. Waid is what reestablished what I love about Wally. He really brought it to a point, and so what Waid sets up allows Jeff Johns to do exactly what Jeff Johns became known for. So basically, Waid allows Jeff Johns to run. Pun intended.
This is great. Chris seems like a man who regrets few things. That's what happens when you make responsible buying decisions.
I'm not saying I'm 100% necessarily. Sometimes I do make irresponsible, but it's not too often.
True. I remember when he was like debating getting both the black and white and the colored edition of the Scott Pilgrim box set.
I was debating it. And then I went to this color, and you can verify that, Jake.
Oh, there's another opinion from Darth Twinkie. This is the best Flash run in my opinion. Better than Johns' run.
And I think the problem with John's run is it doesn't, like, Wade's run starts out like with a bang and it doesn't let go. Jeff Johns is a slow burn in the beginning. It's not bad. It's not a quick start. Haha.
And I've read one issue of this when I read the 0 Hour omnibus. So I read that tie-in issue. It was okay.
And I wish the synopsis could actually tell you what the storylines would be, but across the board and everywhere I looked, this was the same silly nothing synopsis of anything. So at the very least, you know exactly what's in it.
Does his suit need the nipple on it though?
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
It is a choice.
What should Jordan's first? What should his first Flash omnibus be?
What should his first be?
He doesn't have a single Flash omnibus. It's a glaring omission.
Mark Waid.
I own Flashpoint.
That's an event omni. That's not a Flash omnibus. That's
Mark
like
Waid
saying, "Oh, I own a Superboy Prime omnibus. I have Infinite Crisis."
And it's nothing against the Barry Wiseman-Smith one at all. Waid is where I started reading Flash. What's that?
He fights the turtle in that one.
I said there's nothing wrong with it. I just said like Mark Waid is where I started my Flash journey. And I've read before and still I continue,
Have you seen how much the spine on that one matches the Mark Waid omnibus?
I can't say I remember.
Here, I'll show you.
Okay.
Mixed conversation.
There's no such thing as dead air. That's my favorite thing to say.
I also did the I've already pre-ordered the deluxe edition of the Grant Morrison one to fill it out because again there will be a break. The Omnis do not collect the entirety of the run because Mark Waid does take a break for a time.
Look at that. That's satisfying.
That's
that
impressive.
Is super consistent for DC, right?
Yeah, that doesn't happen too often at all. Why? Matt says Jake interviews Mark Waid. First question: why the nipples on Flash Mark?
It's a great question.
It is.
It's not too. Pretty soon we get the Grant Morrison Deluxe though, which covers up a little bit of the gap, right?
Yeah, it's just a small gap.
Yep.
It goes in between. If you have the trades like I do, it goes between volume 6 and 7 of the run. So we've got one more omnibus for the Waid run. Has not been solicited, has not been officially confirmed, but we need just one more.
There's a lot of Flash Omnis we need.
That was the story where they traded, right? So Mark Waid took over JLA and then Grant came over to Flash. Okay.
Well, it's Tower of Babel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's where he picked up because
That's cool. Little DC history then.
There you go.
I remember, at least I didn't know this at the time, but when it first came out, I guess they had a DM cover for Volume 1. I saw it on like on organic price books as like products that are like
Yep.
no longer set to active. I wonder why they didn't do a DM for volume 2.
DC just randomly does DMs even for their deluxe editions. Like you had We 3 that had a deluxe DM cover. I think I did the DM version for the first volume of The Flash. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Like Marvel, you can almost guarantee it's not me. It's at least going to have one different cover. So
Flash was cold. So silly.
Is he fighting Captain Cold?
Yeah.
He looks like a beefcake in this, though. I always feel like the Flash is supposed to be skinnier, but this guy looks like he juiced some venom or something.
Yeah, and he's got to
It was
stay in
the
shape.
90s.
He got to stay in shape. He burns through all those calories within milliseconds.
So while we had Death of Superman, while we had Batman Nightfall, we had absolutely jacked Flash.
Yeah.
So, what's our book of the week, guys?
Well, we know
Dark
Jake's is
Web.
Dark Web, so he liked it so much he chose not to get it.
Yeah.
I'm
This
going
is
Flash.
This is for me, Flash. I guess this is overall a pretty light week.
I would probably go Secret Wars since I don't own the OC. So
Yep.
this, if I do get it, that will be the way that I own it, which is that one.
You pretty much get every single like variant cover as their extras, so it's there's a lot.
I would get the standard cover though. Like I said, I like
Okay.
the Mr. Fantastic with the Ultimate Mr. Fantastic, which I'm blinking on what his name is.
Beyonder. Right,
No,
not Beyond. No, it's what's
no.
his name? Isn't it something like that? It's
The Maker.
the Maker. Yeah, sorry, something with
That's what it is. Mm-hmm. So I have read like some stuff that came out of Secret Wars just afterwards. So yeah,
Cool.
guys.
And am ending. I'm ending this live stream with regret on my choice to upgrade to the Omni that I didn't need. I'm telling you, why does Molecule Man look just like Bruce Campbell?
I don't know.
Taylor, I don't think I'm ready for Silver Age Flash, dude. I'm reading Silver Age right now. Hold on.
Jake, you can answer Twisted because you just were holding it up.
Is it Barry Windsor Smith, right?
Yep. That's the one that
the
leads.
Mark Waid one.
That precedes Wade.
Oh, William Esner Loeb. Sorry.
Yeah, William Ezra Loeb. Yeah.
There you go. So Taylor, I don't know if I'm ready for Silver Age Flash. I'm reading Silver Age. Yeah, this is the in between Silver to Bronze era. So I'm reading Fourth World Volume 2, which is not written anything by Jack Kirby or illustrated by him.
Yep.
If you really like Fourth World, then you might like this. But if you want to read just the official Fourth World mainline story, yeah, 100%. I love that first Omni so much more.
I mean, I also feel like stop recommending books that aren't in print. When was the last time Silver Age Flash was in print? You know, I'll read it when it's in print again. Also, there's a world. There's a world where Sam Raimi directs like a Secret Wars movie and throws Bruce Campbell in like he did. I can't find any quality evidence, but I've read several times that Alex Ross uses his real life friends and models, including himself. I feel like a lot of characters wind up looking just like him. But yeah, he definitely does. Actually, that's one of the coolest things. It's not Alex Ross, but one of the coolest things is one of the extras in Mr. Miracle, Absolute Mr. Miracle, is you see the reference photos that Mitch Gerads took to illustrate. So it's like you see him eating a carrot, and then next to it is the image of Darkseid. Like that's my favorite extra in the whole book is the reference photos.
That was cool. I got a chance to kind of thumb through that, and that's again, it's such a well assembled, and I love it that they both had a lot of say in what was going into it.
You know what? I'm not sure if you read this, but I finished reading Helena of Wendelhorn today.
Oh, what'd you think?
Oh my god, dude! Like, how is the art better than Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow? Like, it's so good.
It's great. It's a really good story.
And I'm like, why do I want to play a tabletop role playing game set in the Wendelhorn universe? We're just me and Taylor are just waiting for some DC Tashins, right? Silver Age DC Tashins.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's true.
all on that.
Darth Twinkie, that is true. That is absolutely 100% true.
I feel like if you look at a lot of his like characters, they wind up looking like himself, you know, when he doesn't have a friend to go off the reference photo of.
Norman in Kingdom Come is based off his father.
His dad, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a world. Maybe Alex Ross and Bruce Campbell are friends.
Molecule Man.
Okay,
What
I'll drop
else?
it. I'll drop it. Well, guys,
Stop trying to make Bruce Campbell a thing with Molecule
It's not
Man.
gonna
It's never going to happen.
Actually, I think James Franco's Molecule Man is never going to happen. Was that the movie that he was going to do, or was that Multiple Man? What was the X-Men that can make multiples of himself?
That's Multiple Man.
Okay, never mind. That would have been a great joke if it was. Okay. And he thinks
Bye, guys.
Fourth Whale Volume 2 is a mixed bag. Everyone, where can they find you?
Go, Jordan.
Tabataba, maybe primarily Tabataba. Go look at that.
Behind the camera.
Yeah,
you
except for the upcoming video.
Yeah, you can find me on all the socials at Chris Balga. I've got my other show is Marvel Alliance, which you can check out every Thursday night at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time on the Geekverse Podcast YouTube channel, or you can subscribe to the audio-only feed just by looking up Marvel Alliance on any of your podcatchers of choice. This week, my co-host and I, David, broke down the first 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So we've got both of those episodes broken down. Next week, we've got 3 episodes to break down and a possible Fantastic Four first trailer maybe dropping. So check me out.
That is supposed to be
maybe
next week,
we don't
I
know.
think.
Maybe they apparently Good Morning America took down that was happening, so that might have been a accidental early peak. So we'll see.
I love it because Chris is my own personal nerd Snopes. Whenever I'm like, look at this cool rumor, like the character from Nightwing is going to be Cyborg. He's like, denied.
Nope.
And I'm like, damn it.
Been falling for it.
I always fall for the bait. But yeah, I'm Jake. You can find me on The Brave and the Boys and possibly a guest appearance on Marvel Ultimate Alliance someday if I play my cards right.
It's Marvel Alliance. He's got to first get the show name right too.
Wasn't Ultimate Alliance a thing? Oh, that was the game back in the day.
Ultimate Alliance is Geek Ultimate Alliance is our network.
Okay, but Marvel Ultimate Alliance was the name of a video game I grew up playing. So that name,
it's so good.
There was that one, and then there was the Nemesis Project. If you guys ever played the Nemesis Project,
that one I did not.
Is that one not good?
Or you might find Jake on the Labruski podcast,
or
or on Alexander's podcast.
Or anyone that wants to host Jake.
I think February 18th, me and Taylor are finally sitting down to do a retrospective roundtable discussion on why Dark Knight Strikes Again doesn't suck. So that'll be fun.
Best of luck.
Frank Miller Apology Tour is going to be there. And catch us every Saturday here on the OPB Buyers Club. And everyone, thank you so much. Keep reading and stay...